this session. So again, this is our NSE Alumni Panel. Everybody who is speaking today has been on an NSE student exchange. So they're going to share about their experiences. They're going to talk about their host campus and their home campus. And if you have questions about anything, again, please just put in the chat and we as we go along. So we're going to go over some quick introductions. We're going to give you some general NSE information, and then the panel will speak and present their slides to you today. At the end, we're going to have some breakout sessions. So if you have questions for any specific panel members, feel free to join in on their breakout session and ask the questions. So my name is Lisa Strickland, and I'm the facilitator today. I'm the Senior Academic Coordinator and the National Student Exchange Coordinator here at Mississippi State University. I've been the coordinator for 2 years, and prior to that, I assisted our former NSE coordinator here at MSU. And so our panel today, they're just going to introduce their names only for right now. If they can go ahead and do that, we'll start with Sean.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sean.
Hi, my name is Melina.
Hello, everyone. My name is Calvin.
Hello, everyone. I'm Otto.
And so what is National Student Exchange? National Student Exchange provides accessible collegiate study away to undergraduate students. We have over 170 member colleges and universities within the United States, Canada, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. We offer value diversity, open-mindedness, culture, cross-cultural engagement, foster learning, understanding, respect, and a sense of community. We truly believe that NSE will enrich your college experiences. And now we're going to play a short video for you. The one thing I did want to mention that I didn't mention earlier, National Student Exchange has 2 different methods for finances. There's a home pay and a host pay. And so home payment, you pay your home institution and you pay your normal tuition and fees there. Host pay, you will go to that school and pay tuition at the host institution. Almost all majors are welcome. You can complete elective courses or major courses that may not be offered at your home institution. There are some eligibility requirements, which is a 2.5 GPA. You must be in good standing with your home institution, and you must have full-time status. You can exchange for 1 semester or for a full year. You can even pick 2 different locations when you exchange at an NSE exchange. So now we're going to hear from our panel.
First, I think the slides are a little bit.
Yeah, at least you want to put it on presentation mode. I think that might be the issue. There you go. Excellent.
Okay. So hello everyone, my name is Sean Vogel. I'm a senior right now at SUNY Plattsburgh. I'm going to quickly talk about my home university. So Plattsburgh is a very small school. Both of these are very comparable, so I'm not sure what's going on a slide or not. But SUNY Plattsburgh is at the very top, basically northeast corner of New York State. So it's about 5 hours north of New York City by drive. It's about an hour from Montreal, Quebec, which is a big city, which is a lot of students go to if they're from the US. And the Burlington, Vermont is about an hour if you go across the lake by ferry. So it's a very remote part of New York State, but which makes it kind of special little area. It's extremely beautiful. It's about the same size as Oregon, which I'll get to in just a second. It's about 20,000 people in the town and about 5,000, 4,000 people at the university. A very small school, very tight knit. We have an incredible business school. Both of these I don't know. Can everyone hear me okay? I don't know what just happened. Okay. I don't know if when I could have, but so that's SUNY Plattsburgh. And to get into now Southern Oregon University, I see this is my post university. So this is where I went for 2 trimesters from January to July of 2022. And I went to Ashland, Oregon, which is just on the Oregon-California border. Again, very similar size to my hometown of Plattsburgh, about 22,000 people, and about schools have around 5,000. And again, this is kind of an outdoor person's dream. As you can see on the right, an extremely beautiful area. It's about an hour away from maybe a little less than 30 minutes to an hour away from Medford, Oregon, which is kind of the bigger hub, which is where you would fly into to go to Southern Oregon University. But it is an incredible place to see on the West Coast. It's quite cheap. I think I paid less than I went to my hometown university for, and it's a great opportunity for me because I stayed at home for university for the first couple of years, and I really wanted to go to the West Coast, but not for 4 years of my college university experience. So it was a great opportunity for me to go to the West Coast just for a period of time and experience the West Coast. Crescent City, California is about an hour and a half away. And that's where I did a surfing class, which is incredibly fun. And Bend, Oregon is about 4 hours away. Portland's about 8 hours away north. So we're, again, in a pretty remote area. But it's an incredibly beautiful place. And I had a great opportunity there. So if you want to go to the next slide. So one of the really cool programs, which I talked a little bit about before, which is also at my home university, but it's the Outdoor Adventure Leadership Program. And it's basically just a bunch of very unique classes that are kind of geared towards outdoors. And one of the classes that I took, so I took a surfing class, a mountain biking class, and a rafting the Rogue River class. So this is a pretty famous river in Oregon. And I basically we rafted about 5 hours a day for 3 days. And stayed overnight at camps each night. It's a very like a 12-person class. And it was just an incredible opportunity that you probably wouldn't get in a lot of other places in the country. So it was a great opportunity for me, and surfing was also a great opportunity. And it's just, you wouldn't really see this. There's very few schools actually in the nation that have this type of program. And I actually, if I had more time, I probably would make this either a minor or another major at my home university. It's had such an incredible time. So this is just one of the opportunities that I got to get there that I am grateful for. So now I'm just gonna, this is really focused on outdoor people. So it's in a really, really incredible spot. So again, I really wanted to go to the West Coast. I didn't really want to go to the more popular, bigger universities in California. So I chose this one, which is very close to California. And I found just incredible spots in in your region. So I had no idea Crater Lake existed. Crater Lake is about 2 hours from Ashland. And that's what these two photos in the middle on the top are. And these are just, it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. And I went there during the winter, so I got to experience the sunrise and the sunset. Initially, I had an entire national park to myself. So that was just great. And I ended up going probably 20 times over the 6 months. So that was really, really cool. The Redwood Forest, another place that's about 1.5 hours, 2 hours away in California. And that's another incredible opportunity that I wanted to see when I was out west. And I could really do in such a short amount of time. The Oregon coast, again, it's just like the California coast for a lot less people. Mount Bachelor, again, there's ski resorts all over the place. So I got to go because I went in the winter. So I got to go do a lot of West Coast skiing. I know a lot of people like that. It's a lot better than East Coast skiing. I grew up in the East Coast, I didn't know that. And Lake Tahoe is another place that's really beautiful. I never actually got to go to, but it's around 4 hours away. And I also did a really cool trip where I went. Again, a lot of these things you kind of have to have a car for. But I went up north to Portland to Seattle, Columbia for a ski trip and just kind of see the West Coast. So it's an incredible opportunity for me, and I think for a lot of people. And I see it's a really cool time to kind of see a different part of the nation. And again, you can go to more tropical places. I think it's Alaska as well. I'm not really sure about that. But yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, and I really think everyone should try it out or really look into it.
Hi, my name is Melina Tancom, and I am a senior studying event management at my home institution of Iowa State University. At Iowa State University, we're known for excellence in science, technology, discovery, and innovation. Some popular majors would be engineering and agriculture. Iowa State is located in Ames, Iowa, which is about a 40 to 15-minute drive from the capital of Des Moines, and we are a land-grant university, which means an institution that provides research-based programs and resources for residents within their state. Our enrollment size is about 35,000, and then a fun fact about Iowa State University is that the Rice Krispie was invented here. For my host institution, I was able to go on exchange last spring at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. And this place is a unique multicultural global experience in a Hawaiian place of learning. There is also another campus on Big Island, which is the University of Hawaii at Hilo, but this campus specifically is on the island of Oahu. It is a diverse campus with unique, notable, and minority-related academics, such as the Schilder Business College, and also different studies related to Asian cultures. And then there are also 200 plus student clubs. I had a unique experience because I was able to serve as the Aloha Ambassador for the NSE Students on Exchange. That's where I hosted monthly activities for the students to get together and learn about Hawaiian culture and also explore the island. I was able to take travel industry management classes, which was kind of in the same industry as my major, as well as some fun classes that I'm not able to take at Iowa State University, like surfing. Through my semester, I had different volunteer opportunities. So this was learning about Hawaiian culture, like at the Taro Patch, and also applying kind of my skills with event management at a music festival that we hosted at the end of the year. Being able to connect with the culture and community really helped me in building self-confidence and learning about what I'm capable of. My advice for future students on exchange is to make friends early. You're on exchange for a small amount of time, so you want to make the most out of every moment, even if that's just asking someone out to grab lunch or going to a campus event. That could be your first steps. I'd also suggest to ask questions and reach out to your coordinators. My coordinators, Raina and Allison, were super helpful with addressing any concerns or questions that I had. Another thing to do is join a club or activity. This is so you can meet people outside of NSE and also find people that are interested in the same areas as you. And also make a bucket list, whether that's island hopping or exploring a new hike. It could be a fun way to kind of stay on track and have plans for the rest of the semester, but also prioritize your needs just so you're on track with your academics, but also balancing your personal needs to prevent burnout?
All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Calvin Ritchie. I was an undergrad student in communication, specifically broadcast and digital journalism at Mississippi State University, which is located in Starkville, Mississippi. I wouldn't say it's relatively anywhere close to like big cities, but like we're moderately close to a couple of big cities, about 4 hours away from Atlanta, 3 hours from New Orleans, and 2 to 2.5 hours from like Memphis. So we've got a couple of big hubs nearby, but nothing too crazy. And then when I exchanged in the 2021-2022 school year at William Patterson University, which is in Wayne, New Jersey, and it's about 25 minutes from New York City, about a 25-minute train ride. Starting with Mississippi State is in more of an ag and engineering heavy school. Like I said, it's located in Starkville, Mississippi, and it's got a really nice small town feel, but a bunch of opportunities to get involved in a bunch of ways. As a broadcast and digital journalism student, I've gotten really heavily involved with our athletics and through the SEC network, which is sort of a big network that encompasses a lot of the sports in the SEC, which is the conference that Mississippi State is in. So as you can see, there's a bunch of pictures of me getting involved on campus through athletics and as well as creating digital content, which is something that I'm very passionate about doing. And William Patterson is pretty much on the exact opposite end of the spectrum from Mississippi State. It's a smaller liberal arts school. Like I said, it's in Wayne, New Jersey. And I got to get involved with a lot more talent heavy approaches when I went to William Patterson. So as you can see here, I got involved with the WPTV, which is the on-campus TV channel that we have. And I got to do a lot of stuff, not only working with cameras or working in a control room, but I also got to do a lot of stuff with talent. I got to be an analyst on our sports talk show, the WP Sports Desk. I also got to get involved as an on-air DJ and on-air talent of 88.7 Brave New Radio, which is our on-campus radio station. And then William Patterson also gave me a lot of opportunities to get involved in some classes that I might not have been able to take here at Mississippi State, like our intro to stand-up comedy class, which is where I got to go to a stand-up club in New York City and perform stand-up comedy. So if I had to give some advice to some of the students who would be interested in joining NSE, I would definitely say get familiar with the surrounding areas on your campus. I especially say this as a foodie. I really wanted to try getting involved in a lot of restaurants that are around the area, especially in an area like New Jersey, where there's a lot of foods that I wouldn't be able to try here in the South. So I definitely say get familiar with the surrounding areas of your campus. That way you have more opportunities to try and to expand on some areas that you might not be able to. I would also say get involved early and often. This could go on the academic side as well as through clubs and organizations. A lot of times looking through a school catalog to see what kind of classes they offer could be really helpful because, like the stand-up comedy class, there might be opportunities that you might not be able to have at your host institution. So, finding some of those stuff and then as well getting involved in some clubs and organizations can be very helpful. And that kind of goes along with the next point, which is finding things you normally can't do at your other university. Like doing stand-up comedy, getting involved through radio and TV, or things that are not super available for me at Mississippi State, which is again more of an ag and engineering school. And then finally, I would say meet with your advisors. A lot of times your advisors are super helpful. Something that could also help you with that is going through and looking on social media to find stuff. So I know when I work with Miss Lisa here at Mississippi State, we get very active through our social media platforms, which are right here. If you can see it, that's @MSState_NSE. Got to plug them anytime I can. So I would definitely say look on your campus to see if there is an NSE account or if there's accounts that you can follow that could be very helpful for you in your time at your host institution.
Hello, everyone. I'm Achal at my home campus at Stony Brook University. Right now, I'm currently in a national student exchange program. It's been like 3 weeks. So first, I'm going to talk about my home campus from where I came here. My major is economics. My campus is really big, but it has students like 20,000 students, which is like moderately large, I think. Recently in 2023, according to the US News, Stony Brook University has is now ranked #1 in public universities in New York. And Stony Brook University, just so you know, it's like a state university of New York, which falls under SUNY system. And our university is in Long Island. For those who do not know about Long Island, it's there's beach all around the campus, and it's also very close to New York City. So if I could go to the next slide. Yeah, so there's a lot of activities that you can do there at Stony Brook University. Our campus is really like, like there's a lot of beach. Like there's like one beach only like 2 miles away where you can walk there literally if you want. We have some very famous beach like Jones Beach. You have the Independence Day celebration over there, which is like very big, very pretty. We also have mountains. So if you go if you drive 2 hours to the north, you'll find our upstate New York, where you can find falls like Cattersville Falls, where you can see the picture from. And we also have some very on-campus interesting events, like the ferry wheel you can see here. There's like big rides that come on campus. It's a very good day. We call it the Ulfi Land. And we also have our rock pond, where students get to make big boats by like cardboard and duct tape, and like they do this competition, and it's like super fun. So that is for my Stony Brook University, and if we can go to our next slide. This is where I am currently, which is University of Minnesota Twin Cities. It's been 3 weeks, and I'm trying to explore more places. I'm trying to get engaged with clubs and organizations, but as it's been 3 weeks, there's not a lot of pictures here. So this is like for people who are more who would like to stay near city area where you don't need a car, for example. You can like ride with public transport. This is a great place, and University of Minnesota has 3 campuses. It has 60,000 students, which is one of the largest populated like school in the US. So which means that there's going to be a lot of people, but it also means that you're going to definitely be able to make friends. So, and one of the reasons that I came here at the University of Minnesota is because my major is economics, just as I said before. And University of Minnesota is ranked number 18 for the School of Economics, and then it ties with Duke University, which felt like very like I really like that it is a really good school for economics. And even though it's like a city place, it's very easy to go to the nature. Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes. So for those who are really into nature and lakes, this is the place to go to. And that's
Okay, everybody. So that's everybody's presentations. And it makes me want to go travel to all these places. But does anybody have any questions for our panel? General questions that we can maybe answer before we go into breakout sessions?
I can ask a general question. So when you talk about like it coming out of our tuition, like from our campus, is there any extra payments along the way that we may have to make for the NSE, like at all for any university?
There's usually an application process with your school first. And there's an application fee. And then once you have decided and narrowed down, you can pick up to, let me back up a little bit, I'm sorry. So you can, the process usually, the applications are usually due around February. You'll have to check with your host institution, your home institution about the deadlines. There's generally an application fee with that. And then that goes into priority placements. We usually have those in March. And you will list maybe your top 5 choices of schools that you're interested in attending. And depending on the placements that day, maybe Leah can help me answer this better. I'm kind of getting tongue-tied, but depending on which school you may go to will depend. If your school is a home payment, you will pay tuition to your home institution. But if your school is set up as a host payment, then you would pay your tuition to the host institution. There may be some additional fees. For instance, like housing, if you plan on living on campus. If you're a home payment, you would still pay the housing payment to your host institution. Along with meal plans, and there may be fees like parking and lab fees. Anything I'm missing, Leah?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Yep, you always pay room and board at the host campus. Regardless of which payment plan you go out on, you'll always apply for and receive financial aid from your home campus. Does that clarify enough for you?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions, general questions before we go to breakout session? So now we'll have some breakout sessions. And so each of the panel will be in a room, and you can put yourself into a room with the panel members. I'm sorry, Leah, remind me, do I hit breakout or are they able to hit it on their end?
Yep, you should be able to join a breakout room on your own, but if you can't, just, pop up. Just, let me know if you're unable to view the breakout rooms, or if you need me to place you in a big breakout room, and I can do that for you.
So panel, if you'll go into your breakout room, and in case anybody is there.